Hello! I literally just ate, so apologies. I probably shouldn't do this right now. Previously, I had mentioned a way to grind weapons out on Cathedral, and there is a very easy way to do it. There's a couple chassis that will work for this. I'm using the hammer, I believe is what this is called. Honeychurch, sorry. What is the hammer? Hammer is one of 3 slots. Yeah. The hammer will work. Anything with 2 supports and 1 heavy is recommended, so the best that you have for that, Honeychurch or Hammer are basically identical for the means that I'm going to explain to you. You may want to take a Hammer for the additional damage, but it's, I guess, not really necessary. I didn't actually mean to do that. I've been playing freaking Dark Souls too much, and what am I playing? Final Fantasy too much, and I'm using the back button for go on accident, like an idiot. Oh well. Let's go ahead and slap that Honeychurch back on there and fix what my mistake has wrought. Not that, for one. So for the heavy turret, you'll want the best mine layer you have. For the light turret, it's irrelevant, but if you have a camo shotgun, go ahead and grab that. You may also want to have ironclad flak turrets, but this is not the recommended way to grind this level, so it's irrelevant. You'll need the best repair crane that you have. This is basically just a precautionary measure. And you'll want the best impeccable collection prod. I believe that's the best in the game. Sadly, it's just a white one, but whatever. I'm golden, because I'm a boss. Also irrelevant. You'll also want, you'll need, I should say, the tripod legs because you will be deploying. I haven't played this game in forever, so apologies for my screw up in the controls. And that's about it. Choose whatever paint job you want and go ahead and deploy. As a note, you will need to do damage to the boss at some point, so be prepared for that. This is generally what I actually use the shotguns for. Yes.
Once again, you've gone too far. The pain you've caused, the homes you've destroyed, the lives you've taken. It all ends now.
Not without a fight, it won't.
Yes. Let us get on with it then. Righty-ho. Don't stand in that. So, what you need to do... I got this gun just for the sake of having the gun, by the way. It's not actually a very good choice for this. Go ahead and select your mines, put them about right there, and then grab a collection prong. Put it about right there. You're gonna take damage, by the way, so just be aware of that. Because these dudes will be getting into the towers, he will be shooting at you basically like a sniper. So be prepared to be shot in the face fairly often. The collection prong will handle all collections for you. Should, anyway. Also, focus on one side first. There we go. Worry about killing the other side after you've finalized this side. It'll take many waves to actually do that, so keep that in mind. Since it takes so long to upgrade these things and not so many things actually come through. Also, I should actually mention this earlier. You should probably take Albert if you have it. Why I'm shooting him so far back, I don't know, but whatever. There you go. If you have Albert, which I believe is the survival weapon gain, if you don't, just get whatever other sniper you have, and use that instead of Mr. Archie here, Lieutenant Archie. It is substantially better in pretty much every way for this deal we've got going here. Something exploded behind me, it's cool. You will need to, as you might expect, eventually build a repair tower. Depending on how much damage you take, of course, is, you know, how quickly you need to build it. You will be building it back here, around this corner there. Don't step in that. So, you know, just so you're aware, this is how you keep from getting everything mauled continuously. Why I walked all the way back here just to get hit by these guys, I don't know. Yes, yes, under attack, whatever. I'm not sure what killed that one over there, but whatever. Oop. I don't know how far away or what the max range on his basically sniper rounds are that come from the towers. Whatever it is, it's quite far. They do hurt fair amounts, but you should be able to tank it if you have a Martian chassis anyway. You should be able to tank it for quite a while. Although I am going to, obviously, have to build a repair tower now. Mainly because I keep walking into that stupid AoE he does. Try not to walk into that, as I've mentioned previously and failed to do. What I would like to do before building that is actually, Whoop. What was I talking about? What I would like to do before doing that is actually finish upgrading that, just sit back here for a second. While I regain my thoughts because I've completely forgot what I was talking about. While I finish upgrading that mine layer is what I meant to do. Now the reason you want to deploy it back here is because this mountain will actually protect you. Indeed. This cliff will actually protect you from his AoE, as you might notice. So you won't be taking any damage from that AoE and can thus build a repair tower and sort yourself out down here. Also, the sniper shots from him, as they will go through walls, but they do not actually damage you. It's just a graphical effect that will go through the walls, so keep that in mind. Any day now. Come on, collection Prong. I saw experience. I don't see any stuff you're picking up. Don't make me go back out there.
Got a moment to myself. Maybe I'll clean my friend.
Yes, yes. I saw some more experience. I don't see any collection. There we go. Alright, so just go ahead and stuff this somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. As long as you can do this. And now you are invincible in this mission. Nothing will ever get back here. Nothing will ever hit you. Nothing will ever happen. Unless you push the boss to the third wave. If you push the boss to the third wave, you need to kill him because you've already ruined the grinding. Also, there's our first item. Hooray! I will generally push Herp Man to the second round because that spawns more enemies. However, I generally will not actually push him to the fourth wave because that spawns noids, and noids tend to blow things up, including you. So it's recommended to not do that. Not sure, actually, why a crate spawned over there. Interesting. Blitzers must have just been dying over there for some reason. Those crates will stay there, for infinity, as far as I'm aware. So there's no need to worry about picking that up now before, you know, something happens to it or whatever. Ow. So this one mine layer should mostly, and collection prong should mostly deal with that entire side. So the general gist now is to wander to the other side and deal with that. I'm just going to watch it just to make sure it mostly handles that side. In fact, it barely did anything to that side. Mayhaps I'm mistaken. There we go. Or maybe it was just a crappy rotation that it seemed to be on for whatever reason. So now, despite what I literally just said, actually I'm going to repair before I go over here. Because we're so slow, because we have the tripod, whoops, and not the sprint legs. Don't take sprint legs, by the way. You'll know why once we hit second round. You might think they're not really needed right now because, you know, why would we need to deploy if nothing will ever hit me? I will show you that momentarily. And by momentarily, I mean many, many minutes from now. In fact, I may actually cut this. Or fast forward it. Probably going to fast forward it. Indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward all this stuff until we've got this set up and I push him to the second wave. Alrighty, now we've got 2 upgraded mine layers on both sides. Also, apologies for whatever that is. It's the game. I know it's the game for a fact because I tested it earlier. So, apologies for whatever hideous sound this thing appears to be making. I usually grind with the audio off, so appears to be some sort of audio glitch in the game. Hooray! Or it's just my system having a small seizure. Now, what you can do is you can leave it at this. And just sit back here, get some scrap up, get some items laid out, or whatnots, which isn't too bad of an idea because generally, you know, I really do actually like having 3 mine layers on each side for the next bit. That sound is really weird. I don't know what's up with that. In fact, I guess, and then it stops a little bit later. I guess we can actually go ahead and start working on a 3rd mine layer. We'll need another collection prong. Actually, not right there. That'll screw everything up. Except I did it anyway, because that's a repair arm. My left bumper button on my 360 controller is a bit bad. You may have noticed. Which causes it to do things like that. So, I just wasted 80 scrap on a repair arm, because I'm an idiot. Oh well. So we can upgrade those relatively easily. So let's go ahead and get over here, do some damage to old Vladdy boy here. I don't have the best gun for that. In fact, I don't think I can actually damage him with this cannon. This is the reason I said don't bring this gun after I've already brought the gun. I don't think it's actually physically possible to hit him. I can get him to hit himself, actually. I can get him to do more damage to himself than I can do. That's embarrassing. No, shoot here. Here, boy, here. Let's see how much damage that does. He does substantially more damage to himself than I do. Lovely, jubbly. This is a problem that's actually multiple weapons have. Flak weapons, basically. Weapons that explode before they hit the enemy cannot actually hit Vladimir. However, apparently he can hit himself. I forgot to mention this. He actually does damage to the herp derps that are walking around over there. Every time he fires this thing at them, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this mine layer over here. Since I've got the scrap and this is taking longer than anticipated and that horrendous sound is occurring again. Lovely jubbly. Still no idea what causes that, but whatever. What you could do with the camo shotguns, instead of where I placed that repair turret accidentally, just put a line of 3 camo shotguns around, and then a mine layer. Bow back here. Should do you good in terms of defensive capability anyway. Upgrade you, upgrade this thing. I think the other side's fully upgraded. I don't actually know what the collection prong was at. I hope it was that level 3. Collection prongs will not pick up crates. So the general idea of this little grinding thing is you set it up, which takes a while with my setup, but my setup is, as far as I'm aware, impenetrable once it's done. Especially if you don't have a repair crane sitting in the middle of it like an idiot. But the general idea is to get it set up and then just leave. Go somewhere else, do something, go shopping, you know, whatever. So as long as you're not sitting here dealing with this garbage. Also, be careful putting turrets in front of him. Like I said earlier, I generally use the camo turrets to actually finish the job because, you know, it's Mr. Archie here. Is everything over here upgraded? By the looks of it, yes. Also, because it's glitchy as crap, it's gonna start stuttering on the PC version. Also, you can do this on the Xbox, or yeah, the Xbox version as well. Same setup, same whole deal. Doesn't really matter. I wonder if there's physically a way to shoot him with this thing. If I like sneak in here, no. Something's hitting him sometimes. I'm not really sure what it is. Also, that will hurt. Don't go over there. if I shoot up at his face? Like up in there. Will that hit? No. Alright, well, let's just stand next to him and hope he kills himself. You can see, though, this is a self-sufficient way of doing it. The collection prongs are there, so you have scrap without running around. You'll be fine, then. They're unnecessary, but if you AFK for an extremely long period of time, even in just this first wave, you can come back to, 1,000 scrap, and you can go ahead and beef up your defenses for the coming waves.
Maybe I'll clean my tricks.
Go ahead and start running away because he's going to start hurting. Indeed. So the second level will spawn, I believe, 2 of these suicide dudes. Also spawn some of those hideous things, which is great. It will also spawn breakers, which is what all the mines are for. There you go. Freaking things. So the breakers usually make it to that third mine layer. Sometimes they don't. But the reason we have tripods, you might notice I'm walking really slowly now, is because in his second form, he'll actually shoot out little ball things. I'm trying to see if I can actually directly see one sitting over here while I repair. Yes, that is no. But he did shoot one. And those little ball things will gravity you over, which will actually pull you away from your repair crane, which is bad. Bad news bears in terms of actually not dying. If you were unaware. I'm trying to see if you'll shoot one near me where I can see it for you. It's basically just a little tiny energy ball, kind of like the explodey steppy things from previous missions. The downside, of course, is it'll also do that. It will also pull your herpiter, your mines, away from where they're supposed to be. Whoa. If the mines do reach it, they will explode though, so it is self-resetting technically. Let's go ahead and tank it right here with my face. Don't sit quite so close to the repair tower. Just close enough to get repairs, and I can't set up when it's doing this garbage because... Stop it. Thank you. So it can repair me right there, so we'll sit right there. And basically, you just sit here for about 2 hours. Generally is the accepted minimal to get decent amount of stuff here. You don't have to do anything, you don't need to come back and check on the game, you don't need to really do much of anything. In fact, you don't actually have to, there's one of the little sucky orb things. Apparently it causes my, I was just hitting the ground, I guess, causes my thing to explode. You don't actually have to do really anything. If you bring multiple players to this, it will work all the way up to 4. The downside, of course, being, there goes all my mines, the downside, of course, being that you will need more firepower to kill things because things will have more health. But they also do, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they also do drop more crates in multiplayer matches, so you're going to get a lot more material in that kind of situation. Now, stuff will occasionally make it through. If you want, you can just lay down a metric crap ton more. You see, we've already got 2 crates sitting over there. A metric crap ton more mine layers. The problem with that is this stupid suction-y ball thing, wherever he's placed it this time, will just continue to suck around your mine layers' mines. So they become slightly less viable, but for the most part, they still should contain the creatures that are trying to get through. You can, optionally, if you have camo shotguns, go ahead and show, bounce off the thing in front of me, show that off. These will not be hit by enemies at all. Any enemy whatsoever, even turret targeting enemies, will not hit those because they are camoed, as you might expect by this point in the game. So you can lay those around at the end of your mine layers. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to show it. Yes, because you can see stuff is getting through. So we can go ahead, run around here very, very slowly because McSuction Face over there is doing some suctioning. Go ahead and lay down a couple shotgun turrets back here, kind of at an angle like that, because that is the general path they will be taking, and this is why I like the self-sufficient method. Because it allows you to upgrade stuff really quickly once you get out here. So you can go ahead and do that. You may need to put another collection prong down over there. Just because of that corner. That corner becomes a slight issue for a lot of things in terms of picking up stuff that's dropped. Because the collection prongs will just slap it against the wall that's next to them. Let's pick up some of these crates here. We've got 4. You can see how quickly they actually start dropping once you get into this second wave. As previously mentioned, the collection prongs will not pick up loot boxes, but they will stay there for eternity, so there's not too much of an issue. Freaking horrible monstrosities that those are. So these camo shotguns don't do a ton of damage. With the 3 of them, generally, as long as the breakers are broken, I guess is the term for that. You can see they're gonna get stuck on this corner a lot, I guess. As long as they're broken, their shell is off, these 3 shotguns will be able to handle it in single player. In multiplayer, you may need additional firepower, but then you have 4 people with 4 different possible turret loadouts. Actually, way more than 4, but you get the gist. It allows you to have a lot more flexibility in terms of what you're actually capable of doing. I thought I upgraded this one. Apparently not. Also, apologies for the stutter. There's literally nothing I can do about it because it's a game issue. Not an issue with my computer. Which makes me sad. You can see that guy's not broken, so he's... Oh, he did actually manage to get killed. The ones that aren't broken generally aren't going to get killed by the shotgun turrets that are laid out here. If you don't have camo shotguns, you can optionally use snipers. Piercing snipers are even better, and lay them out back here. Of course, the downside with piercing snipers in this phase is they will have the issue of shooting at those periodically, which will waste a whole lot of the sniper's time, sadly. But they will also, especially piercing are extremely powerful. You can also put them in the center, right about here, so they have a straight line through there, where all the stuff likes to walk around, so they can assist with the murderification of those things. So everything's fully upgraded? Yeah. So we should be in AFK territory. That's the general gist of it. Just keep doing that for however long you please, and then kill his face, is basically how this works. The reason I say don't go to the third wave, despite the fact that it spawns a lot of enemies, which means more chances to drop boxes, it spawns noise, which one are flying, so the mines are completely useless, and so are the shotguns for that matter. Because they will fly right over this hill, right over to you, and blow up your repair crane, because they're rude and whatnot. So they'll fly right over there and blow up your repair crane and just ruin your day. And I really should repair. I just realized I forgot how much damage these little buggers do. So go ahead, quickly repair, and then I'll just lay out some shotgun turrets in front of what's-his-face over there. You don't need a lot of shotgun turrets. In fact, technically you only really need 1 shotgun turret. Something appears to have damaged him at some point. Periodically, these shotguns in this line will accidentally actually hit him slightly. There's not a lot about you can do that you can do. Also, periodically, I didn't fully repair. Whoops. Your mine layer's mines will actually get sucked into him, which is incredibly rare, but it does happen, and it will do damage to him, which sucks. But you know, what you gonna do about it? Maybe if he'd stop sucking your mines around, we wouldn't have this issue. Now, the shotgun turrets are going to have to be placed extremely close to him, and once you place these down, you are committed to finishing the level, I might add, because there's literally, see, there's a mine right there. There's literally nothing you can do to stop them once you've put them down. So you see they're going to start shooting him. They should never die because these are camoed, so once the noids start spawning, they won't actually hit him. Can I hit him in this phase? No, you can't ever hit him, which is silly, but whatever. Ow, ow, ow. Not paying attention to where I'm standing. Because we are an engineering chassis, he does actually do substantial damage to us in terms of that, so just keep that in mind. I want to see if I can upgrade this one before we hit the 3rd level and then just run away and hide. Of course, if you have an Albert, you can quite literally just sit back in your corner and shoot him, so you don't actually need the shotgun turrets, nor do you actually need to run up here and risk yourself to these Cathies. Come on. Alright, that's upgraded. Run away! I didn't quite make it. You can also kill him by spawning turrets. Literally just spawning the turrets. The little drop pods actually deal damage. Not very much. But, you know, you can get the final hit with it and be like, lol, I killed him with a drop pod. I don't think it actually
Ends here, Vlad.
earns you anything special, but he should be dead relatively soon. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this crate. Hello, crate. Obviously, I could have continued this ad infinitum, like several hours, and then just shown you what had occurred from it. Now here's the point, and here's why I wanted to get to my repair thing. Because those Noids will literally beat the crap out of you. Once you hit 3rd phase, you need him to be dead ASAP, or you're risking the entire thing to a failure because you died to Noids. They will obliterate your repair turrets very, very quickly. Obviously, if you have flak, you can place those everywhere and hope that helps, but you're still risking it because they can still fly over that cliff there and do slow, incremental damage to your repair crane, which will eventually kill it. It'll just take a while, and that'll ruin the entire AFK aspect, so I just recommend staying on round 2. Or phase 2, or wave 2, or whatever it's called. For however long you please. Oh my god, rank 20. Like a boss. Now, this will give you the best weapons you can get from Mars, however it will not give you the best weapons that you can get from survival and stuff. So you can take these weapons and you can go into survival and grab all that stuff. So you can see cluster mortar, bulletproof armor, perforator, bunch of high-end stuff, carpet bomber. I don't think I actually had that. So that's something new for even me, and I'm rank 20, although I was just doing survival, so I didn't get some of the stuff you can possibly unlock from Mars.
The cathedral fell.
So yeah. There she blows. You can get, you can't get every Mars equipment from that, I don't think, but you can get nearly all of them. At the very least, you can get the best of them, and then take those to previous levels or survival levels, and use it to finish those a bit easier. What is this? What was it? Was it a broadcaster? Was this, what was it? It's a sniper, apparently. Charge target, 93 damage. It's not bad, depending on what charge target does, but Albert has Pierce freaking plus with 105 damage, so Albert is an extremely good weapon. If you're doing survival, by the way, Albert is what you need. So wave 10, you can easily get to that, and then you can take Albert all the way up to, you know, wave 50 or whatever you want to go to. Not gonna have any more survival videos because I've already explained the general strategy. Build snipers everywhere, and mine layers. Snipers more so than mine layers, but still. But yeah, I forgot I had mentioned that, and someone reminded me, so I did it. And there you go. Hooray! I'll see you all next time.